Hi, you guys. How are you? Hey, Love T.
I'm here. I just sign in like 4 different times.
I know.
Did you see me keep going? Because I was like, am I in the right one?
And
then I
it
went
was
and
like a
checked the
coaster.
other
You
one.
pop in and pop out.
I couldn't see anything.
No, that does not break our rules, love. You know what? In fact, I have no problem with you yelling about this case. So that is quite all right. That is quite, you yell all you want. I've yelled, "Hi, Lavina. It's so nice to see you." I mean, let me say hi to everyone before I get all emotional and goofy. Kai Mojo, Nay, thanks for being here, friend, as usual. Spread the love, not hate. Thank you so much for being here. Gypsy, yay! Thank you for being here. Okay, so chat away, yell away. You are welcome. You know what? We welcome opinions. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this case. And that goes for anybody and everybody. We're talking about Devin Clark, who, number 4, you will see him up in the right-hand corner there. And Lyric Woods, who were tragically, everyone yell. Their lives were tragically taken September, unclear, 17th, 18th in there. In the middle of the night, they were shot down. We've been researching this case nonstop basically since then, and they have had a suspect in custody since the 10th. I'm sorry, excuse me,
5th.
Since the 5th of October. And just yesterday, the NCB released his name. He got some super secret materials and was able to release his name. So we're going to release his name. And this is really, we're not going to talk a lot in detail today at this live stream, but tonight at 9:30, we're hosting the TheIncognitoGypsy. Alex Erickson and the two of us will be on discussing not only the case, but the girls that went to the location where the bodies were found. They went to the homes of these children. Now, they did not knock on doors and they did not bother families. This is just locate, to see, get an idea of things. So don't anybody panic. It's not our style. We don't start knocking on doors.
We did talk to some very pleasant people.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Nay, that's amazing. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that.
I'm trying to pull up YouTube so I can see the comments.
Yeah. But the basis is these two were gunned down senselessly. And I say that with every single part of my being senselessly. She was 14 years old and he was 18. Beautiful creatures. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. Good kids. If you have another opinion, other than the fact that these two children were the most amazing, you may exit the chat immediately, because I absolutely cannot tolerate any negativity towards these two. And when I say that, like, I truly mean it. There has been some things that have been said that I do not believe, I will not believe, and you're going to have to show me proof. However, here's the cool thing that we're going to talk about. Yeah, bash and sling the steel as fast and hard as you can if you see anything that even you question. I have no problem. But I wanted to talk about for a few minutes with LFT and just kind of let you guys know that what we're going to talk about tonight. Hi, Allie. Thanks for being here. What we're going to talk about tonight. Last week, LFT, Alex Erickson, and TheIncognitoGypsy all went to the location of where these two beautiful souls lost their lives. They also went around and looked at some other locations. So I'm gonna let them tell you. Hi, Criminality. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate you being here. If you guys, by the way, we're gonna drop everyone's link. We always drop links in here. But if you live under a rock and haven't been to Alex Erickson's Criminality, TheIncognitoGypsy, or anyone else that's in here, please feel free to go over and subscribe, like, and seriously go through each of their videos and hit a thumbs up on every single video. You're only helping. You can't hurt by doing that. And it only takes a second. So please go take care of all that. That's your chore for today. And then come back and tune in to us tonight, where we're going to talk about the location and what happened to these beautiful children and the piece of shit suspect. Do you want to deliver the name?
The name that has come forward so far, and that was released by the NC Beat last night or yesterday, is Isaiah Ross. He's a 17-year-old. He did, I believe, from what we know so far, he knew Devin and he knew Lyric. Can't get into the details, but so much right now on how.
Hi, Beetle.
I believe he did leave after it happened, because he originally moved to North Carolina just in the last year or so, I believe, with his mom to kind of like have a fresh start. He had lived in Delaware before then, and I don't think things were going very well. And so just kind of, they needed, to start fresh somewhere. So it's really, really sad that you've got 3 young people that you just took away everything.
Yeah. You have a 14-year-old, you have a 17-year-old who's the shooter. I'm going to show you guys a picture in just a minute. And then you have my beautiful 18-year-old Devin Clark, who, as far as I'm concerned, the sun rises and falls around that kid. And I have a lot of questions. Not that it doesn't rise and fall around Lyric as well. I'm not saying that. It's just, for some reason, in these cases, you identify with certain people. And if you know me, you know that I get really protective of our victims and their families. And for some reason, Devin has grabbed my heart and he will not let go. One of the things that I wanted LFT to talk about, and the name Lyric, is it not the most beautiful? I love that name. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. One of the things, this character, this kid, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to have empathy for this kid who did this, but I'm struggling right now. I really am. I don't have a lot of empathy for him right now. I need to hear more. But he is he's a rapper. And I say that very loosely. Very, very loosely. Hi, Tiffany. And he has written some songs that LFT can attest. Oh God, see, I'm already getting. I listened to a song last night that made me physically sick. It literally took everything. He's a wannabe, is right. He's not a thug. He's not a badass. He's ruined his own life. He's ruined the lives of others. And when I heard this one particular song, I literally got sick. And I burst into tears because I couldn't believe that you could be so senseless and mean and vile. And vile is a word that people toss around YouTube really quickly and easily when you're talking about certain creators. Oh, she's vile. Oh, he's vile. No, they're nasty. Vile is what I heard last night. And I hesitate giving any attention to this little piece of shit. And the only reason he's getting attention is because of Lyric and Devin. His music is disgusting. He has zero talent. And he's going nowhere. And even if he was talented, even if he was, he's still going nowhere. Tonight, I'm going to be less emotional. I'm going to have my girls. They're going to be taking over and doing most of the talking and what their experience was there and what their feelings were there and what they captured. And they really, if you don't, let me, I guess the best thing to do is probably give everyone a rundown. Like Allie, we're kind of scientifically based. We're kind of fact-driven. The Incognito Gypsy is someone who is feeling, intuitive, spiritual. And then I have Allie, who's, I think, dead center, is fact-driven and spiritual. So we cover like every aspect between the four of us. So, oh, thanks, Tiffany. That was awesome, wasn't it? Allie is amazing. But so you have all aspects and in all emotions running between the four of us here. So tune in tonight at 9:30 so that you can hear all the perspectives on what they saw, felt, and the pictures are incredible.
Oh yeah, we've got more pictures, and we have broken down some additional map info. So to see it side by side, I think it really makes sense. And Alex, yes, I guess we are allowed to play the music. I just didn't want to hear it right this second.
I know. It just, I need to prep myself. I'm going to show you a picture of our suspect. Can you hear me? Like I'm spitting venom just.
Hey, Jameson. and Beetle. Sorry, I'm just now being able to see that my computer is like, I don't want to work today.
Here he is, Isaiah Ross. He killed 2 teenagers, a 14-year-old beautiful girl, and an 18-year-old amazing boy. For what reason, we don't know yet. We don't know the motive. We have a couple of really good ideas, but I don't want to speculate until we know for sure. But there he is. Yeah. He's it's very unfortunate. Yeah, thank you, Gypsy. This was posted, by the way, after the deaths. So it was posted on September 16th. Or no, excuse me, before the deaths, before the day before. Thank you, Gypsy. I'm going to go ahead and take him off because I'd rather look at a test pattern. LFT, what you got, girl? I've run my mouth enough.
I think you've pretty much said it all. We just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware that we are doing a live, but kind of wanted to just give y'all a quick preview of things that were coming in more detail later. And so there's just
the girls drove many hours from several different directions in North Carolina.
It was so fun, though. I mean, fun in a way of being able to be there and to
together, yeah,
and to engage, like, and actually, you know, like collab and work as a group. I don't know. It's just
they drove from separate directions to all meet there to come together and work this case. And like I said, intuitively, spiritually, scientifically, all of the things, all like we were our own team of agents doing our own thing, you know.
It was like having local PD. That one was like FBI, one was local PD, and like all of us, because we got there, and it was just crazy because we all noticed different things at first. But
it was a very long day.
It was, but it was, y'all. I can't wait for Incognito to tell y'all about, like, watching her just feel the energy and just how she operates and works and views things. It's just it's so gratifying to hear and to watch her and actually see her do it, because you're just like,
thanks, Jameson. Teamwork, making the dream work. You betcha, and raising others up. That's what we do. Ooh, ouch. That's what we do. We want to raise others up, and we want justice for Lyric and Devin and Lyric, however you want to, whatever you want, whatever your thing is. We want justice. We want their deaths not to happen in vain. It already has happened in vain, but we want bigger and better things for them. And we're going to be there supporting, saying their names and praying. And yeah, it was truly humbling. This is what I'm talking about. Like, Gypsy's humbled by the experience to feel Devin's energy. I can't wait. And I really have to be careful because I want her to be able to save some of the stuff for her channel too. But some of the things that she felt, she did, and she saw. I mean, these girls, they literally, they were in the airspace. They were breathing the same air. They were standing in the spot of. It was amazing. And
we walked all around. We went.
Yeah.
I mean, even it's weird for me now because I believe Isaiah, maybe he possibly worked at the found out if it's true, but at the Lowe's Foods apparently for a while, which is where he'd been working. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, we were at that shopping center. And where
Mm-hmm.
we had like picked up a snack was across the street. And it just didn't, like, when you realize, it just kind of gives you the chills because as real as it was before going there, it's like real and I don't know, just ripe for us. Like, right. I don't even know. I can't even describe it because
I'm going to show
that was
you
just,
guys one of the pictures. This is Devin's spot. And when I saw this, I was on Zoom, and when LFT had me on Zoom and pulled this up, I lost my mind. I lost my mind. I lost my mind like it was my own kid. Oh, look at this. See, I literally sat near each spot and put my hands under the flowers and rested them on the actual ground. She did a cleansing ceremony for the area, not just for the souls, but for the area, so that vibrations and things could be raised to cleanse that negative energy. But this is a spot where Devin is memorialized.
that isn't the one, like, that's the one that we took one from towards the end of the night because that's got the football and stuff on it. But when
Mm-hmm.
we first got there and we walked and then I grabbed my phone and got Tia on Zoom and she did. Like, you didn't even, I just pointed the phone and we hadn't even, and it just hit her.
It
And you're
hit me.
standing, yeah, hard.
It did hit me hard because I don't have an excuse. And I can't think of a good one why you would take a boy's life. And I certainly can't think of an excuse why you would take a 14-year-old girl's life.
Mm-hmm.
And her spot is just as beautiful and amazing. And these women that went are something special. And forgive me for getting all in my feels. I do apologize. It just doing true crime and not getting involved. I don't know how people don't get emotionally involved. I really don't, especially when it's a child, you know,
Mm-hmm.
someone who had a future, someone who had a good family and friends. And everyone that these ladies spoke with only had good things to say about these people. Nothing negative, ever. There was nothing. I mean, there wasn't even a hint. It was like, oh, these kids were amazing. Not just good kids, these are amazing kids. And I want to bring awareness to them. And I want to bring awareness. This is not okay. I want justice for them. And I can promise you that we will follow through and finish this. And thanks to some irony in hotel stays, I have lots of points. So when the trial comes, with any luck, we may be there as well.
You're going to have to use those points well before a trial, or a portion of those points.
Yeah. But do you want to talk about anything you saw, or do you want to save it for tonight? How do you feel? So I'm like making an ass out of myself crying here.
No, I don't know. I would like to give Gypsy and Alex kind of time to share. I don't know. I feel like we were all there, but I kind of watched them in awe too, just how they worked and operated and read stuff. Whereas I would be like, they'd turn around and be like, "Where are you going?" And I'm walking down the trail, going even farther, just to go see. Then I was going, I feel like someone's like watching me because I would like wander off. So I don't know.
I just want you
it was
guys
just,
to understand that there
yeah.
were boots on the ground and there can be boots on the ground without interrupting an investigation,
Oh
without
gosh, no.
disrespect, and only, and I say this like for educational purposes. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We're
Well,
just trying to bring you what, and I say we, I wasn't there. So please forgive me for saying we, but what they
yes, you
saw.
are. Yes, you are. Well, it
Um,
was like we could be there though, and it like at first it was kind of eerie. I will admit, like you just have this wave of real, wash over you, and then you're like, oh God, what? Like if someone see, like, are they gonna think anything? It's just kind of weird. So I left my trunk up too because I didn't want it to look like, us being disrespectful in any way. And I have to say, like, people that would drive by, because you are that close to the road. I mean, you just hold your hand up and wave, and everyone was just, no one batted an eye. There was not like, people running around the area, like everyone checking it out, but no one was really, actually, two people came while we were there, and it, they just said like they just wanted to come. And so people seem to be very, I don't know, genuine in their reasons for visiting, and people seem to support it around town. Everyone was very nice and kind of quiet, but I think it's been a lot to digest.
yeah.
And I will say, driving by the Woods property, going to their, we obviously, of course, do not go on their property, nothing like that, but to go by it and then to drive the public road, the creek's crossing right behind them, that was,
That was an eye opener for you guys, wasn't it?
yeah, that was. And then we did it in the daylight, and then we waited till late. I mean, obviously we were lucky that it got dark a little earlier, but we did it again at night. And God, I just will have to just show it to y'all again. I can't even do it justice without having like all four of us either.
Yeah.
Because as
We
much
need,
as Tia wasn't there, like she was we were in the car driving and stuff, like there were devices everywhere. Everyone's talking in on the phone, so she was always with us. But I know that Allie and Gypsy can really help. I don't know with the flow and to describe it because I'm doing a terrible job right now.
well, we really want you guys to be here tonight. And Beetle, respect and dignity is what I see here, and I'm loving it. You have no idea. You have no idea what that one comment means to us, because that's all we want to do is be respectful. We never want to disrespect or go too far. If we do, boy, oh boy, we will be on our feet apologizing up and down and straightening things out. But we really try super hard. Hey, crazy mama, that's my girl right there. If y'all would do me a huge favor, and I'm not going to say who, why, when, where, or what, but if you would throw up some prayers for someone I love dearly, I would be super duper grateful. The intention is always there. So just if you wouldn't mind throwing a prayer up, God will know why. I appreciate it. But if you guys wouldn't mind, 9:30 tonight, we're going to host Alex Erickson from her beautiful channel, and the Incognito Gypsy, which I say smiling because she has just become one of my favorite people on the planet. She's so incredibly intuitive and amazing and kind. And you guys, we can't
She
do
is in
this without
love.
your support. And I'm so grateful that you tuned in to just hear us talk about what we are going to talk about tonight, because tonight's going to be a special night. It truly, truly is. We're going to raise prayers. We're going to raise awareness. We're going to fight for justice. And we're going to talk about some tough things, but we're going to do it in a loving, respectful manner. It's like Beatlemaniac said.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have comments, or if you have, please join the discussion. type in the chat, ask questions, because the girls are going to be here to answer it.
And who knows, I need to check as soon as we get off though, but they've been releasing statements. Typically when they've done it, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think everyone just keep an eye out, because law enforcement should be making an announcement before too long, because they only have X amount of time in terms of the court process. So I'm hoping we'll have even more information either by tonight or by tomorrow night.
Yeah, we may, this, and because we've actually been sitting on a lot of information, to be fair. We may have to do a part 2 on this, but we're going to give you as much as we can tonight. And we just thank you guys for being there and spreading awareness for Devin Clark and Lyric Woods, and pray for them, pray for their families. He does have a strong mama. We need justice for these kids. We need justice. And even then, once justice is served, I don't even know how you heal from that, but I can tell you that the Incognito Gypsy is doing her best to start at ground zero and pray. And she is trying to heal the earth and the community and the space. So know that that's all happening as well.
Yeah.
And Allie is just, the most amazing with her detail and how she covers things. So you guys are going to see everyone's point of view tonight, and it's going to be really interesting, I think. And then LFT is very, very detail oriented. Believe me, I get my butt kicked.
No, you're more like, I'm tired of looking at that. I'm like, hold on, I'm still looking at something. All I see are weeds. I know, we're going through the brush. I was like, what are these bugs? And she's like, I don't know what the effing bug is. Will you turn around and go back to where people are? And I was like, no.
Yes, justice for Devin and Lyric. Hashtag justice for Devin and Lyric. And right, it feeds out and heals the land and the community. And I think that's so, so, so important. The spiritual side of this is just as important as the scientific side. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. There is no sleep. There will be no sleep. But we have to go because we have tons and tons of research to do so that we can bring you something remotely accurate later.
Wait, I did want to say something real fast, because I don't want it to be said tonight. I want to focus on everything else. But talk about like the energy and healing and just protection, in that same line of thought. So, y'all, there are several horses in the field literally across the street from the same side where the crosses are, like straight across. And I was talking to Tia, and I was like, I don't know. Every time we were there, something like they'd kind of be farther out in the field, but then they would walk up, like towards the fence, facing us while we were there. And I kept going to peek, and I was looking, and I was like, oh, it's like they're protected. Like, I don't know, just like, I know what y'all are doing. We're just here to stay on guard, kind of deal. But then Tia goes, no, that's what they do when they're looking for food. I was like,
yeah,
well,
when they see people coming, that's the food source. They always come over to you for that. I was like,
I was like, well, shut up, because to me, those big nays were coming out being like, we got you. And she was like, no. And I was like, well,
I mean, yeah, sure. They could, they could be looking for some love and like.
So I felt was like protection and connection. Tia was like, no, it's food connection. And I was like, I thought I was one with the area. I was connecting with animals and nature. I let the bugs fly on me. And she's like, no, that's because you're an idiot. And two, no, they're hungry. Are you feeding the horses? No, I'm not feeding the horses. I just, yeah. I know. Seriously, I was like, well, wait a minute. Pop my balloon. No. Anyway,
Well, there's your laugh
Whatever.
for the day, you guys. We will see you at 9:30 tonight with Allie and the Incognito Gypsy. Stay tuned. We are bringing it all to you live. We love you. Thank you for
Right.
tuning in. Have a great day,
Thank
you
y'all.
guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.